Never said I was a smart man, but I did say I'd make chili today. We are making chili, my chili, Dad's chili, something I've been working on for a few years. I've got everything pretty well done because this is kind of a time constrained video, but I've got 4 pounds of burger that's already been cooked down. I seasoned it with a little bit of white pepper. You don't need a whole lot because you got a lot of chilies going into it. Some salt and garlic. You were gonna have 7 to 8 of each. I've got guajillo chilies, I've got Chile De Arbol, New Mexico, and I've got ancho in there too. You will also need 2 large white onions cut, 2 large tomatoes diced. You're gonna have 2 tablespoons of oregano, 2 tablespoons of cumin, 1 tablespoon of salt, 1/4 cup of masa, and then I like to use Guinness. You can kind of use any dark beer you really want to, but I'm going to use about 1 to 1.5 bottles, not 2. I am also a recovering alcoholic, just hit 9 years this year, so I mean, I'm not going to drink this stuff anyways. Guinness was never really my jam. I didn't do jam, I was more of a honey, and I would kiss on the lips. Alright, let's get started before I do something stupid. Alright, I've got my chili, or I've got my hamburger cooked down. Here are my chilies. And so what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your chilies, you're going to cut them open, get all the seeds out, well, all the seeds that you can at least, and you're going to rehydrate them. I tend to use stock instead of water because it's going to add a completely larger depth of flavor. I recommend not using water. Also, if you have leftovers of this chili, which I don't think you're going to, it's pretty damn good. Use stock to kind of rehydrate your chili because it's going to probably be a little thick when you go to reheat it the next day. Alright, so what we're going to do, got the hamburger already in there going in my slow cooker. We're going to go ahead and grind this up. Pull this off. Oh gosh, that smells good. Oh, that smells good. And then you just pour it right in there like that. I am excited for this chili. Fun fact, all of these chilies are pretty much have kind of the same flavor. A little of them have a little bit more of a smoky flavor than the others. They are all from Mexico though, except for the New Mexico chili. I found out that one was apparently made by the Chili Pepper Institute, I believe it is, from the New Mexico State University. That one's crazy. If you didn't know that, now you do. Alright, so got that in there. Gonna go ahead and toss in our 2 tomatoes, our 2 onions, seasonings. We're going to go ahead and give this a nice stir slowly because this is going to be kind of full. But this is going to be an amazing chili. Also, I used about 4 cups of the vegetable stock. You can use more or less depending on how you like your chili. I also am not big on using beans in my chili, just me. Alright, now that we've got that nice and in there, we're going to go ahead and pop open our beer. Wow, my bad. That scared me. I got it in my hand. And 2. There we go. Alright, we're going to go ahead and stir that around again. Oh, this is going to be amazing. Alright, now that we got the lid on there, I'm going to leave this on high for about 4.5 hours, and we should be good. Now, it's time for me to clean up a mess. Have fun. Alright, we are about 2 hours in, and as you can see, I have the masa in there. And I put it in. I also, about 2 hours in, added about another cup of veggie stock. Like I said earlier, it was going to thicken up, and it did a little bit. So I added a little more. I added masa. I know it seems kind of weird to add liquid and then add something that's going to tighten it up. This is, trust me, it works. Also, I felt like I kind of too quickly explained everything to you guys. And so what I did was I took 4 pounds of 80/20. I just got the ground chuck from City Market in like the red tubo meat. I got 2 or 4 of those and browned it, got it cooked down, browned it, seasoned it with salt, white pepper, and garlic. And I ended up measuring it out of love, or measuring it with my heart instead of more or less like actually using measurements. Also, what I ended up doing was I took 2 large white onions that I got from Okagawa Farms, along with 2 large tomatoes that I got from the same place, and God, this smells good, man. I wish you guys could smell it, but if you follow this recipe, you'll be able to smell it on your own. And I gave them a decent, medium dice. Let's see. It was nothing too crazy. I don't know how well you can see that. Nothing too crazy. Put those in with it. And I also took about 7 to 8, I'd say 8, of each of the guajillo pepper, of the chili de arbol, of the ancho chili, and of the New Mexico chili. And what I did was I get my chilies dehydrated. There's a store on Orchard Mesa, and I cannot think of the name of it, but that's where I go to get pretty much all of my spices, dried chilies, tortillas, stuff like that. And what I did was I cut them open, de-seeded them the best that I could, and then I rehydrated them in about 4 to 6 cups. I would say 6 for this size batch, just because there is a lot going on. But what I did was I boiled the veggie stock, and I put the dried chilies in there, and I let them rehydrate for about a half hour, and you'll blend them up. And you'll take all of that, and you'll pour everything into here with your tomatoes, with your onion. I took, I used 2 Guinness draft, extra stout, whichever you choose. It's a dark beer, it's more for the flavor, it's got no alcohol in it. Poured that in here, stirred everything up, and the spices that I used 2 tablespoons of oregano, 2 tablespoons of ground cumin, and a tablespoon of kosher salt. And here you go. We are about 2 hours in, and it's starting to really come together. I mean, dang. Yeah, this looks really good. Oh, also, hold on. Did a little research on the chilies that I'm using, and so we're gonna go over them really quick. A little history lesson, or not history lesson, a lesson. So one of the chilies I used was the De Arbol. It's a Mexican chili specifically from the Los Altos region of Jalisco, I believe is how it's pronounced, with a pretty nutty, smoky, and slightly earthy flavor. It's not too bad, and it's got a good little bit of spice to it. It's got some kick. Ancho chili is next, which is mostly from Puebla, Mexico. Has a mild, fruity, and mostly smoky flavor with hints of earthiness, and that's going to be, I don't know, kind of more your earthy tones. Not dirt tasting, but more of your floral, I guess you could say. I don't know. I only went to school. I don't know how to do this stuff, okay? Next is the guajillo chili, which is native to Mexico, also grown mostly in the central and northern region, mostly sweet, fruity, and smoky, with complex undertones of tart berries and pine, straight from the Google's mouth. And the last one was the New Mexico chili, which is, like I said, it's apparently created by the Chili Pepper Institute of New Mexico State University. It's earthy sweet with notes of acidity. There you go. There's a culinary lesson for you for today. This chili will be done in a couple of hours. I'll see you guys then. Alright, it's been 4 hours, a little over, and this is what we have. Absolute beauty. It smells amazing. I am going to dip myself up a scoop. Oh, it just smells, yeah, it smells really good. Give this a try here. And you can garnish this with anything. I'll even, you know what, a little bit of green onion, we'll put a little bit of green onion on there, just to show you a little bit of the presentation. Seriously, you could put this chili dogs, eat it by itself, cornbread. I mean, you got football season is right now going on, and you got fall spooky season. An absolute amazing dish. Let's go ahead and give this a try. Yeah. Absolutely. This right here is a really good chili. I recommend you guys do this dish. Got some kick on the back end. Oh, yeah, very good. Anyways, I'll leave the description. I'll leave the recipe in the description. Thank you to Matt and Gerard for letting me use the kitchen. Like the video, let me know you guys have watched it. Like it, share the absolute heck out of it, and that is good. That is some really good chili. Share the heck out of this, and don't stop reaching for the stars. I love you all. Have a good one. You guys have got to try this. This is amazing. I love this chili. There we go.